Good morning. Now, if you've done any amount of healing or even just recognizing like the sources of your childhood trauma, you would probably recognize that the same kind of abuse that you got from your family comes from systems of power as well. When I was in transitional housing, I would sleep in until about 10 a.m. and they'd come and bring my medications every morning at around 10 a.m. And most of the time, they would knock on my bedroom door and I would open it, I would take the meds, and that was totally fine. But a few times, they would come in without knocking into my apartment, into my bedroom, standing over my bed while I'm sleeping. One day, I woke up to this guy that I'd only met once before, standing over me, saying, "Hey, med time, wake up, it's med time." And I almost punched the guy on instinct, because what else would you do? I thought, this is a home invader. Somebody's trying to hurt me. I yelled at him. I said, I don't know you like that, bro. You can't just come into my room when I'm sleeping. You have to knock, and I will answer the door. In that place, they disabled the locks on the door, and they had a key. Every employee had a key for the front door as well, so they could come in anytime they wanted to. My bedroom door still would lock, but with enough force, you could turn the handle and still open the door anyway. And I used that as an indicator that I would like some privacy, because they didn't give me any other way to indicate that. Clearly, they didn't respect a closed door. And they complained about me locking my door, even though it wasn't really locked. And I explained multiple times that it's not locked. You can open it in case of an emergency. But me getting my meds on time is not really an emergency and does not take precedence over my privacy and my sleep. So I told them, you can give me a placard, I can put a sock on the handle, we can work with some kind of communication of some form to indicate that I would like you to not just come into my room uninvited. In my childhood, I was constantly denied privacy by my parents. They threatened to take the doors off the hinges. They did take my bedroom door off its hinges a couple times. They refused to let me lock my door. My bedroom door often didn't have a lock. Anytime I was acting suspicious, kind of sad, they would force me to sit in view of them for hours at a time. And so having a repeat of that kind of lack of privacy, that kind of disrespect for my privacy happening in transitional housing, where these people are supposed to be professionals that are there to help you, I'm seeing the exact same abuse that I went through in my childhood happening to me on a systemic level now. And that's why I left that place. Because it wasn't just the lack of privacy, it was abuse on all kinds of levels was happening in that place. The same kind of abuse that had traumatized me in my childhood. No way I'm going to put myself through that for the promise of maybe maybe getting help, maybe getting a job, and maybe making enough money to maybe get housing. Which, by the way, when I was in that transitional housing place for 8 months, only one of them left that transitional housing place into a better situation than when they came in. These places are not there to help. They perpetuate the exact same abuse that is making so many people in this country today mentally unhealthy and traumatized and depressed and anxious and narcissistic, and all of the things I talked about in my video about loneliness that I posted last night. Do not be complacent in the face of these kinds of abuse. It's not normal. It's not okay. Get angry about it, because we all need to be angry about this before it changes.